As I think about this idea of stigma and how it's affected my life, always kind of feeling like I was under a microscope, I also reflect on the idea that I was really conflicted. On one hand, I felt like I kind of deserved all of this because I did break the law, and I did do criminal acts, and I did use drugs and abuse drugs. And so in one part of my mind, I had this idea that I was a drug addict and I was a criminal, and I deserved this. I mean, after all, I'm getting what I deserved. Who knows, if I wouldn't have these types of charges or even these experiences, I would probably think the same thing about somebody else if I had not first been in this situation. It's really kind of helped me open my eyes to my own bias and my own prejudice when I look at other people's situations and I say, oh, well, tick-tock, tick, whatever. But you know, I reflect back to my teenage years and I realize that stigma doesn't begin necessarily and affect the person that's using the drugs or the person who's involved in behaviors that are unsuitable. I remember my mom coming home telling me that she just heard from another parent that another parent said this. So we're talking about parents talking about other parents who talk about that parent and so on. And my mom happened to be the parent that was being talked about. And it kind of came full circle that their kids were no longer allowed to hang out with me. That didn't feel good. At the time, I didn't really care, but it didn't feel good either. And rightly so, in some ways. Being a parent now, see, this is where the conflict comes in. I'm a parent now. And so what would I do if I knew of the criminal history of another child? Fortunately, my story ended well, but that's not the way it always happens. Sometimes even being really upfront in these types of situations, people have been removed from positions that they held because there's a fear around the idea of somebody having a criminal record or around the idea of a person that used to use drugs who is now in recovery.